Today, while my video series 87, let us discuss one of the topics, cardinal principles of lending, which need to be followed while doing credit appraisal. The cardinal principles of lending includes the safety of advance, liquidity, profitability, purpose, diversification, and security. This is prescribed as one of the topics for the JAIIB examination by IIFB. So I thought that discussing this topic will enable those who intend participating in the JAIIB examination. As I have told, the principles of lending, the cardinal principles consist of safety, liquidity, profitability, purpose, diversification, and security. Bank is a financial intermediary. It accepts deposits from the public and utilizes the deposit for the purpose of lending and also for investment. The largest source of fund for the bank to do banking business is the deposit it collects from the public. In addition to the deposit, the bank also has other sources such as borrowings. It may be from RBI or other sources. So also the shareholders fund. When a bank collects deposit from the public, the bank has to pay interest to the depositors. When the bank does the lending activity, it earns interest from the borrowers. Bank also makes investment in the capital market. Bank earns dividend, profit, and interest from the debt or equity securities. The banks have to return the deposits collected from depositors as and when the depositors demand repayment. Sometimes the funds lent may not come back as expected. Because of this, the bank will not be in a position to repay the depositors when they come to withdraw their money. The bank has to adopt a cautious policy and follow certain principles to minimize the risks while lending money. Though the risk can never be eliminated, following these principles may result in reduction of risk to certain extent. These principles are known as the cardinal principles of lending. The cardinal principles of lending are safety, liquidity, profitability, purpose, diversification, and security. Then let us first discuss the safety of funds lent. Bank uses the depositor's money to do lending business or investment business. The deposits are payable on demand, though there are some time deposits. Even then, the depositor has got the right to demand payment of the time deposit also. Lending means placing funds at the disposal of borrowers against a promise to pay the principal together with the interest on the due date fixed by the bank. If the borrower fails to return the money on due date, bank may not be able to repay the money to the depositors when they demand. In such a scenario, the reputation of the bank will be lost. The depositors may lose the trust on the bank. RBI may intervene and impose penalty in such a situation. So the bank should ensure the following before lending: honesty and integrity of the borrower, financial soundness of the business, ability of the borrower to run the business successfully, past performance of the business, etc. The second one is liquidity. I have taken an example of the liabilities and assets of the bank. On the liability side, the bank has got a capital of 200 crore and deposit of 10,000 crore. Bank has got a fixed deposit of 700 crores, advances given is 6,000 crores, investment made is 500 crore. Out of the deposits, bank has to keep a CRR of 400 with RBI as cash balance. Bank also has to maintain an SLR of 18% of the deposits, and the bank is having a cash balance of 800 crore. In this scenario, if there is a demand for payment of deposit worth 2,000 crores, the bank is not having the cash surplus to pay the depositors. To save the reputation and to avoid the liquidity crisis, the bank will have to resort to 1. Borrow from RBI or from some other banks at a higher rate of interest, or sell the securities which are invested to raise the funds. Those are second principles of lending says the bank has to maintain liquidity at any point of time. Liquidity means the deposits of the bank are payable on demand. The bank should ensure that it always has sufficient funds to meet the demand of the depositors. For this purpose, the bank has to maintain sufficient liquidity by way of cash surplus. The third one is profitability. The income the bank receives are interest or discount on advances bills, income on investments, interest on balances with RBI and other interbank deposits, commission, exchange and brokerage the bank earns, profit or loss on sale of investments. It has to meet these expenses. 1. Interest on deposits, interest on Reserve Bank of India or interbank borrowings, payment to and provisions for employees, rent, taxes, lighting, printing and stationery, advertisement and publicity, repairs, insurance, etc. When you look at the liabilities and assets of a bank, the liabilities of the bank include the capital, the shareholders' funds, reserves and surplus, demand and time deposits, borrowings, bills payable, accrued expenses, proposed dividend. It has got assets in the form of cash and bank balances with RBI and others, investments, advances, its own fixed assets, other assets like stationery and stamps, tax paid in advance, interest accrued. So the concept or the lending principle of profitability says bank is a commercial organization. Its motto is to generate profit like any other organization. Bank has to pay interest to its depositors and lenders. Bank has to meet expenses like salaries, rent, taxes, printing, advertisement, etc. Bank also has to pay dividend to shareholders to attract investors. So the profitability should be the motto of the bank, being a commercial organization. So whenever any product or services are offered to the borrowers or customers, bank should ensure that every activity results in a profit to the bank. The fourth one is the purpose for which the finance is sought should always be looked into. Bank should ensure that the purpose for which advance is needed, the purpose should be productive and not speculative. The advance must increase the earning capacity of the borrower and ensure prompt and regular repayment. The money lent should not be used for purposes such as gambling or hoarding of food grains or for any anti-national activities. Now come to the point of diversification. The bank should not concentrate its lending to a particular region, particular type of industry, particular product, to a specific group of borrowers, etc. It should diversify its lending portfolio. This diversification will reduce the risk of default. The bank can do wholesale lending, retail lending. Bank can extend the credit facilities to service industry, trading business, and also for manufacturing enterprises. Bank can lend money to different industries, different retail loans, different products. When we talk about different industries, it could be chemical industry, mechanical industry, food industry, health industry, industries engaged in mining, industries producing electronic, industries engaged in software, etc. The retail lending portfolio can further diversified into home loan, car loan, personal loan, gold loan, tractor loan, construction equipment loan, etc. The product wise, bank can give loan for working capital purpose, loan for acquiring fixed assets as term loan. Within the working capital limit, again the bank can give the credit facility as overdraft, cash credit, bill purchase, bill discount, bill negotiation, etc. Such diversification will the risk of default of a bank. The sixth one is the security. The security normally taken are land, building, plant and machinery, equipment, vehicles, deposits, pledge of shares, etc. When an advance is sanctioned, bank expects that the activity for which finance is extended will generate adequate profit sufficient enough to pay the principal and the interest on due date to the bank. Though the bank does all due diligence activities, sometimes the business fails. The failure could be due to certain unexpected external factors or due to mismanagement like unwillingness to pay or diversion of funds, etc. If such a situation occurs, the bank has to recover its dues. Banks have to ensure that even if the business fails, their funds are recoverable. Recoverability of loans in such extreme cases of failure of the business is ensured by taking security. At the time of granting advances, the bank creates a charge on the securities in its favor. Whenever the failure occurs, the bank takes possession of the security and sells the security to recover the dues. So bank has to ensure that sufficient security is taken to safeguard the bank's interest of recovering the loan granted to the borrowers. So while this video series 87, we have learned the cardinal principles of lending, which is expected to be followed by banks to reduce the risk of default. Subscribe to this channel to receive intimation on my new videos. Subscription is totally free of cost. Press the like button and share the information with your friends. In my next video series 88, I shall come out with a similar topic on lending. Thank you all very much. Visit my website www.lendinghub.co.in. Thank you very much.